Get it together. Okay. Hi, y'all. Nord doesn't like my music.
It's not your music. Oh my god.
Nord doesn't like my music. It's fine. Thanks, Nord.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I'm just done with Christmas music. Oh, when I went into Papa Murphy's to pick up our pizzas, they were listening to I'm not sure which type of metal I would describe it properly as, but it was definitely some serious metal. And I was like, thank you for not listening to Christmas music.
I'm breaking out, so don't mind me, y'all. I realized when I looked at the
camera. I'm glad
I
had that conversation with you.
It's fine. They were listening to Christmas music. Metal music, whatever.
See? Tell me, how's your day?
Okay, hey y'all, we're ready to get started, I think. I'm Hazziesof, as always. To my left is my amazing partner, Nord, aka Nordicmonkey, who also doesn't like my choice of music.
Free Razzies for you.
That's nice. Today's stream number 398. And today we're going to be playing some Tribes of Midgard. I'm not sure, like, we haven't played in a little while, so I'm not sure how good I'm going to be in Tribes of Midgard today, so y'all will just have to deal with me being bad, because I don't remember. It's been a while. I also don't know, like, who's going to pop in, so depending on how many people we have, I don't know if we'll be able to get to Fenrir. We do have Sheldon, who is like he's a hard carry. So like maybe we'll get pretty far. I don't know. I make no promises, but I wanted to play something with multiplayer because we haven't done it in a little while, and we've been so focused on other games lately that I felt like we need to go back and do something that we haven't played in a little while that I really enjoy, and I really enjoy Tribes of Midgard, so I thought it was time we start getting into it since we have a new season 2. I think it's like some Season of the Serpent or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. That's coming up next week on the 14th, because now I finally know the date. I thought before when I was planning it, I was like, it's already Season 2, right? No, apparently that starts next week, so we're just going to start getting into it so we can get used to it. And when Season 2 comes, hopefully I will have had enough of a like memory update in the game that will be good.
Or are you doing open mic?
Push to talk.
Okay.
Push to talk.
You can do open mic.
I can do open mic?
Yeah.
I don't want to do open mic.
Okay.
I don't want. That's like I was hoping. Do you have push to talk on or what?
Yes, I have push to talk on.
Okay, good. I have push to talk on too, because sometimes I feel like the reason I don't have push to talk on is because if we're playing a multiplayer game, it's really, I don't know. I would be annoyed if I was another person playing with the streamer and then all of a sudden the streamer just starts going off and be like, hey, oh my God, thank you for the subs, blah, 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 in the middle of it's kind of weird. It's a little bit distracting. So that's why I do that. That way if I have important information to give, I can hit push to talk. Or at least
what kind of minivan was it, Thorn? Thorn, I saw a minivan with a ton of metal bands and festival stickers on it today.
Oh, really? That's cool. Gotta love metal. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna be
You can hop in Discord, by the way, Thor.
We're gonna play Tribes of Midgard today. But before we do, we always start off the stream with a Geeky Talk segment where Nord and I kind of geek out a little bit about some interests or topics for about half an hour to an hour. I'll try to keep it short today because I think Sheldon can only be here for a little while, and we'll try to get him get some Tribes of Midgard happening. As much playtime for him happening as much as possible.
Thorn said, I don't know. It was so old the nameplate was broken off.
Really? That's funny.
Hazzie's dad had a Pontiac. What is the one with a really sloped nose?
I have no idea. It had one side to where the door like slid open. Yeah.
The stickers were new though. Hey, they're focused on what's important.
That's funny, actually. Somebody must have just bought it because they just wanted to put stickers on it.
Yeah, hey,
like, they're like, this is a piece of crap. How will we make it better? Metal stickers.
It's like from Archer with a van. Dude with a van.
Yeah, they just.
What's his name?
Krieger.
Krieger has like the mural on the side of his van. So like,
yeah,
you could put a lot of art on it.
It's true. Anyways,
I gotta look that up.
What?
Shh. Carry on.
I don't know. What
nothing to see here.
I don't know.
I'm not doing anything.
You got to do what? Anyways, whatever. I think he's looking up the name of the thing. So, let's just jump over here. I might have to restart stream because like I've been having cursor issues with OBS. OBS and my mouse cursor have not been working together very well. So hopefully this works. I'm just gonna keep using Stream Deck, and hopefully if I don't use my mouse to switch scenes, we won't have the issue. So we should be good. But anyways, yes, the creator, Masayuki Uemura, of the creator of NES and Super NES, died at age 78. So rest in peace. I didn't even realize he was still alive, but 78's pretty long time to be alive for. But thank you very much for all the good times with the NES and SNES that I never got from my dad. But NES was like my first console. So yeah, I think that's like a kind of a big deal. NES was my first console, and my very first game I think on NES was probably Mario Brothers. I think that was my very first game on the on the NES, Super NES. I didn't get no SNES. I wish I had. But
my first experience with the Nintendo Entertainment System was my neighbor to the north. And it was Eric's stepbrother's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an NES, and I was over there playing Mario Brothers. That's what came with it.
Yeah.
And his stepsister was so ticked off that I was hitting the buttons so hard, because you could hear it with how hard. Because
you're gonna if you mash them to death, they don't work as much anymore over time.
But it was my first time playing. and
she didn't want you to mash her buttons to death. I totally get it.
Anyways, a while later,
mm-hmm.
My uncle, who was very, very successful at the time as a drug dealer, asked what I wanted. What? That's how poor people...
there's no context, so this sounds really fucking weird to people when you provide no context and you just say something random like that. It's like...
There's context.
Didn't we just have this whole conversation? Oh my god.
Context was we were broke, and so we had one person in the family who wasn't broke. That was my uncle.
There's just like some things you don't need to tell people. It's like TMI, you don't need to tell people how you got it. You just say, we had this. You don't need to have this
stuff. There's no way anybody in my family would have been able to afford
That's nice, but you didn't need to say that. You could just say, so we got an SNES. You didn't have to add all the other info. NES. Okay, whatever. NES. You did not have to add all the info, but go on.
And so he bought me that and a 13-inch color TV. For my birthday, and when I turned 7, so that would have been like 88, and that was a big effing deal. And the reason I remember it being like that, because I invited my friends over to come and play, and one of them had an Atari 2600 or whatever, and then the other one didn't have a console, and they're like looking around, like at the crap in our house, where we ain't got no nothing. And they're like, how did you get this? And I was like, because in my mind, I figured everybody had a drug dealer in their family. That's how they paid for stuff. If you lived in Trashville, where I lived at, that's the only way you could afford that sort of stuff.
I know. So, I've heard this story.
When they asked how I got it, I said, well, my uncle's a drug dealer. And I didn't know that was a bad thing at the time.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I knew it was illegal, but I also knew everybody was doing something illegal. So I thought it was illegal, like going over the speed limit illegal.
I don't know know why we always end up talking about this stuff on the stream, because you're like, the way you're portraying it is really like, we're not pro doing illegal stuff, y'all, just so you know. Every time, every stream, Thorn's laughing because she knows I'm right. Every time you say this stuff, it makes it look really like suspicious. And like, we're not pro any of this suspicious stuff. Don't sell drugs, y'all. Don't be a drug dealer uncle or any drug dealer anything, okay? Like, every time. But
if you do, get an NES for your nephew or niece.
You do get an NES.
I mean, if you're doing it.
Oh my God, shut up. You sound like you're promoting bad stuff. Please stop.
I'm not promoting this.
Oh my God.
I do not support these statements.
Maybe calling this the Mug Club was a bad idea with the story. Yeah, I think I'm starting to feel that way. I'm very uncomfortable right now. Hey. And I feel like he does it on purpose. I'm just like, we're not like this. I don't know why he always ends up doing this.
If I'm thinking about the story of how I got a Nintendo, that's how. Anyways, it came with Duck Hunt, and I was so confused.
This is why we're Mug Club, y'all. Not actual mugging, okay?
I got a glass.
Just, when you hear Nord, remember, he's an old man, and I don't know what else to tell you.
Don't take these people seriously.
He doesn't know how to people are human, and he doesn't understand outside perspective. I know that's all I can say. I just I don't know. Like, we have these conversations. I feel like we have these conversations quite often where I'm like, when you say stuff, do you think about how other people might perceive what you just said?
Yes.
Because I constantly do.
Yes.
Well, but when you say stuff like that, remember, our name is Mug Club. We've had, past conversations. It's just yeah. I feel like we should start turning these into maybe more mature. Maybe we should put on the MA. Maybe we should put MA on here or something, because I'm not pro any of this. We're not into mugging or clubbing people. We do enjoy a nice club sandwich with a lovely beverage and a mug. Exactly.
Shout out to Arbys for their veterans discount.
Arbys. Yeah,
we walked away from there with 7 awesome sandwiches the other night. Our kiddo gets the half pound. They used to call it the Big Montana, but the half pound beef and cheddar.
Yeah.
And that thing's it's massive.
Yeah.
And Hazzie's like, oh, you changed the topic to something useless. But Hazzie got the...
no, this is not useless. This is a better conversation than our last
You got the brisket sandwich, and you were really happy with that, weren't you?
Yeah. Brisket sandwich is really good. I don't know. I know people don't like Arby's, but I do. So,
dude,
there's a lot of people that dog on Arby's.
If you don't have
Arby's.
real super high quality sandwich shops or delis or whatever, this is what you
Arby's
get, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I don't have a problem
but it reminded me because she brought up the club sandwich. I got a turkey bacon ranch, and their bread that they use for it. I want to buy that bread in real life. I mean, I know this was real life, but I want to have that bread at home. I want to have the Arby's sandwich bread at home.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Arby's is good. I like it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like it.
Okay. She was talking about a club sandwich. I went down the path, okay? Okay. This is fine.
Every stream ends up being a food stream, so yeah, it makes sense.
Exactly. Anyways, because they have the 2 for $6, we also got 2 regular beef and cheddars and 2 of their chicken sandwiches that are pretty good too.
Poor Nord can't win.
Anyways, with the veterans discount, it was $30 for 7
sandwiches.
Well,
part of it is we come in and I think I usually have things that I know that I want to talk about today for when we start out the stream.
And I derail the
Geeky Talk. And yeah, Nord derails because he doesn't prepare. He just comes in like a wrecking ball.
You know that song?
Yesterday. You know that song? You're coming in like a wreck. That's you. That's you.
I prefer to think of myself as Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah!
Dang, Arbys is expensive, so that's a good deal, Thorn's saying.
Yeah, you just skip the drinks and the fries. They have great fries. Especially now that they
but
brought in
it's
crinkle
still,
cut.
I bet it's still more expensive.
You skip that. You go with just the sandwiches.
Yeah.
If you want to get drinks, you get them somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that too. But the fries are really good. The curly fries. Oh my god, I love that. I don't even want to think about it. But I didn't have the fries, and I need to be eating better anyway. So it's good I didn't have the fries.
You really like their 3 pepper sauce, right?
Their 3 pepper sauce is my favorite. I'll put 3 pepper sauce on anything. It is really, really good.
Hazzie does not do horsey sauce.
No, I don't like horsey sauce.
Does not do horseradish.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
No, I don't like it.
The nostril burning. It doesn't work for me.
Thorn said mozzarella sticks are good too. Yeah,
dude.
Nord's really into those. I'm not a big mozzarella stick fan, but I do know that Nord loves those too. I'm not really big into them for some reason. I don't know why.
You got it, Thorn.
My son likes them too. Anyways, so this was something funny that I didn't know.
Oh,
so like recently
Pontiac,
they had
the Pontiac that your dad had was a Pontiac Transport.
Oh,
I was thinking Pontiac
Transport?
but I was like, but I know it's not a Trans Am, and so I didn't.
He used to stuff stuffed animals in it that he would win out of the claw machines. I've told this story before, and then one day it got broken into, and somebody took all those stuffed animals. But I remember my grandparents telling him that he needed to like get rid of those stuffed animals because one of those days somebody's gonna break in and steal all those stuffed animals, and exactly what they said happened. And he was just like, no, I don't know. And he didn't do it. And so that's what happens. You can't trust people, especially not here in the United States. Like if you go to like certain places, like you're gonna get your car broken into. So
we lose more stuffed animals that way.
Anyways, so there's like this back on I think on the 4th, there's this like new Skyrim documentary that's come out recently.
And I was like, that was really cool.
Sorry, I did not mean to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna link it in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second here. But the documentary is about an hour long. I haven't watched all of it, but I ran into it because I saw this on PC Gamer. Skyrim's werewolves were originally just going to be people with dog heads, and I watched it, and it was really interesting because apparently the werewolves, they were literally just going to be people, like with people bodies, and have a dog on the head. It was going to be the werewolf. And like I was like, what, really? And then they decided to go with the current werewolf model, and they talk about how they came up with the idea or whatever. What's his name? Todd, can't remember the guy's name.
Todd Howard.
It was like, yes, let's go with this werewolf idea. But before that, they were seriously considering this is just gonna be a human with a dog on the head. Like, what? Like,
and it sounded like he really didn't make a lot of the programmers and stuff happy by adding all the extra stuff.
But, so like,
but what Todd says goes.
Yeah, I just thought this was hilarious because it was like they were supposed to be scared of these people with dog heads. I'm like, how can you be scared of people with dog heads? But I kind of wish there were people with dog heads, kind of like how you have the was it Khajiit?
Yeah.
Or Khajiit, I don't know how you pronounce it properly, but it would have been dogs. But I didn't want it to be like that would be attacking. It would be more like you get to be this race or something like that, like you do with the Khajiit. Yeah. I think that would have been cool. But to think they're gonna have people with dog heads and they were gonna attack you, like that's like what? Anyways, I'm glad and thankful that they ended up with what they ended up with when it went with werewolves.
Hazzie wants one of those with Nico head.
But I would like I wouldn't have minded a friendly dog person with a dog head, or a person with a dog head, a friendly one, not like a werewolf. I wouldn't have mind that, but I'm glad they didn't do this for a werewolf where they're gonna attack you and stuff, because that's just silly. Anyways, we ended up with what we ended up with. But yeah, so there's like the Skyrim documentary on YouTube. It's about an hour long. It's called You're Finally Awake. 9 developers recount the making of Skyrim. I'm going to be watching that eventually when I get to it. I didn't know about it, but it came out, I guess it looks like on the 4th of this month. So yeah, so that's a new thing too. So y'all might want to check that out, because I know a lot of y'all really like Skyrim. I really like Skyrim. We need to get Nord to play more Skyrim.
This is true.
But yeah, so yeah, there's that.
You know, they've been bombarding me with like all these advertisements for Marvel's Eternals. And so I was like, all right. Yeah. And I was like, all right, let's check and see how long it is and whatever. So I get on Disney Plus, and it's like not there.
Really?
It wasn't there at all. And so I look it up, and they're gonna have it like sometime late in the month or something, or in January. So it's an exclusive with the theaters for a while.
Oh.
I was just like, I'm not going to no theater.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but Matrix 4 is coming to HBO. I don't think. I think as long as you have like
it's already out.
I don't know if it is or not.
Last night or the night before or something.
I have no idea, but I think if you have the like, I don't think it's just anybody that has HBO. I think if you pay for the nicer version, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, but the like higher subscription fee, then you can watch it on HBO Max, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think so. We should be able to see it. But I kind of want to go back and watch the other Matrix movies. But I'll be honest, number 2 was like the worst Matrix movie for me, and I fell asleep.
Yeah,
I feel like we might have gone to the movie theater, and I fell asleep in the movie theater. Even I've tried multiple times to watch Matrix 2, and I keep falling asleep. So I don't know.
I saw Matrix 2 and 3 because of the way that it worked out, in Iraq, and like they were trying, like somebody had. One of their like DVD players with a screen, and they hooked it up to like a projector thing that they had rigged together, and they tried to put it on a wall where we tried to turn off the lights and whatever else, and the wind kept blowing and the shades kept going, and so it kept interrupting it, and it was just like the stupidest, worst experience ever. I remember almost nothing. I remember almost nothing from watching it. I just remember it was like mandatory fun.
Yeah.
We were voluntold that we were going to do this for R&R.
Yeah. They do the mandatory fun constantly.
Yeah, the military is full of mandatory fun. And it sucked because we had to drive this major distance through a fairly hostile territory to get to the location where they were showing this.
Yeah.
And then we had to drive back, and it was just like, I would rather not have put ourselves in harm's way to go and see those movies. But whatever, whatever. Mandatory fun.
That's the way it goes. After the Black Widow thing, they aren't doing so many D+ premieres.
I thought though that they.
How did the Black Widow thing go? By the way, did people not like it?
It didn't do too well.
Okay.
We haven't checked it out.
I
yet.
haven't seen. I'll be honest.
She's been breaking from Marvel.
I have not been very. Not that I dislike Marvel. It's. I don't know what it is. Something about it. Squeaky clean. Something feels weird off about it to me. I really tried to. I was trying to like. What's the one with God that came out? And I remember I was telling y'all about it, and I was like, I didn't like it. It was the old. They made it like old school.
Oh, WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision came out, and I was like not into it. Everybody was into it. Every time a Marvel movie comes out, nearly every single Marvel movie, it seems like everybody's super into, and I'm just not into it. There was this also, Nord tried to get, we started out on the first episode of this, what was it called? Monkey. I can't even remember now, but it's like a monkey cartoon thing.
Oh.
And I hated it. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was funny. I felt like the main character was trying to be Archer. He wasn't funny. He didn't have a cool team like Archer does. It just wasn't good. There's some other reasons I don't want to get into it because
political.
Yeah, political stuff. So, but like I thought it. So I didn't really like it.
I gave it a chance because it's a monkey.
I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of disappointed that it was kind of. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, even Nord, I was shocked. I intentionally didn't say anything about it because I wanted, if Nord enjoyed it, I didn't want to spoil his enjoyment of it. But I didn't say anything. But after we were done, Nord was like, I didn't like that.
Yeah. I was like, well, I won't get that time back.
Like, I didn't like it.
So Scarlett sued over lost earnings when it was released on Disney Plus alongside theater. She won. Black Widow wasn't bad, but it seemed too long. Editing is like.
I feel like editing's gotten worse lately since they started putting these movies out on the subscription services.
Yeah, editing in movies makes or breaks them. Like sometimes you'll see like a director's cut or this other stuff, and you're like, this could have been so great.
Yeah.
Why did they do this? and it's just like, I don't know, like
Yeah,
editing is an underappreciated job that really can change so much.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I don't know. If they need some good editors, I guess. But I feel like they've been allowing a lot of movies to just go like a little less edited since they've been putting them on these subscription services. When I think of like the second Wonder Woman movie that we watched, I felt like that needed some good editing too. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just felt like it could have been better if it had been edited differently.
You know how you were talking about the squeaky clean, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
I felt like that happened with Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah, Suicide Squad 2 needed a little bit more tighter editing or something. I don't know.
I felt like I was watching an Avengers film.
It did kind of feel like that, yeah.
I was just like, I've seen this before.
Well, I mean, it was the same, wasn't it Gunn?
Yeah.
Who did the second Suicide Squad movie?
Yeah. Like, literally, I was like, I've already seen this movie.
I'll be honest, I was shocked I saw so much praise for that movie, because I was like, it kind of, I mean, it wasn't a bad mess, but it was kind of a mess, editing-wise. I didn't love the movie, I didn't hate the movie, but I didn't think it was great. I felt like it needed to be a little tighter edited.
I think because the first one was so bad.
Maybe that's what it is. The first one was so bad that everybody was just like, this is amazing because of that. Maybe that's why.
Also, a lot of people really just want to see Avengers films, it feels like. So whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just glad Shang-Chi turned out good. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll take your word on it, Thorn.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. I want to see it, but it's been, like I said,
tonight.
Been a struggle.
We're watching Escape from New York.
Yeah, we're watching Escape from New York tonight. I've never seen it, so I don't know what to expect. I do know it's like cyberpunk-esque related. But part of the reason we're watching that is because tomorrow we're going to be streaming Mecha Jammer.
And Mecha Jammer was inspired by Escape from New York. So
yeah, I think Mecha Jammer was inspired by that, but also they
used it to kind of
took some inspiration from it, and they took some inspiration from Terminator as well. Remember, Modern Wolf was in chat saying that as well.
Yes.
So yeah. There's probably multiple inspirations, but I know that Escape from New York was a major inspiration, so we're gonna watch that because I've never seen it.
I could have worded that better. It wasn't the sole inspiration. It was part of the inspiration.
It was part of it, but yeah, so we're gonna watch that, and I'm actually excited to see it because, like I said, cyberpunk I feel like is a newer theme for me that I haven't really delved much into. So I'm actually really excited to see Escape from New York tonight. So
I'm gonna be dressed up goofy tomorrow. You'll have to see. You'll have to be there.
Yeah, we actually found the hardware bag of stuff that Nord had bought right before our actual showcase of Mecha Jammer last week.
Don't give too much away.
I want to say this. So like I didn't know, I thought I had placed it somewhere in the house and I couldn't find it. And then Nord was like, well, maybe it's still in the car. He went in the car and he couldn't find it. So we just said, screw it. We're just not going to worry about it today when we were showcasing Mecha Jammer. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check the car. I went and I checked the car. It was in the back seat. Like, in an obvious, it was just laying out because I think Nord only checked the front
things
seat.
In obvious spots. I looked in the back.
It was like right there. Like I saw it from the window.
Whatever.
I saw it from the window.
Whatever.
but
I did my best.
I don't know how many times this has happened where like something's just like right there and he doesn't see it. You know what's the funny thing? I was saying, hey, maybe I should go check the car right before we started, even after you had checked. And you're like, well, I checked everything, so it's not there. And I was just like, well, I don't want to start a fight. Like, yeah, but I don't know how many times you've missed stuff. Like, so I was like, okay.
Hey, whatever.
I was like, all right, if you say so.
Whatever. I did my best.
Anyways, yeah, popcorn time. Anyways, one other thing that I wanted to make aware to you, and I put this up on Twitter.
Yeah.
So there's this like really cool podcast. It's called Designer Notes, and this one is episode 62. They interview Josh Sawyer, and there's more than one part apparently, or the second part hasn't come out yet. I'm not sure, but it's from an interview back in 2018, March 24th. If you're a fan of Icewind Dale, which y'all know we've been playing the heck out of a little while ago, or if you're a fan of Pillars of Eternity. God, which I tweeted and I said Path of Exile because I'm just like, they're both PoE, and
mixes up the pose.
My brain is just like, wait, it's not Path of Exile, it's Pillars
Edgar
of Eternity.
Allan Poe of Eternity.
But anyways,
in Exile.
Pillars of Eternity is also a really good, another good CRPG, which I have on my Nevermore, which I have on my must play list of CRPGs.
Yes.
Pillars of Eternity. Although I started out on Pillars of Eternity and I got stuck. And so I've been wanting to go back and try to get through it, or see if maybe I can figure it out. I tried to have Nord help me at one point too, and I think you had a hard time with it too, but you hadn't played, so you didn't know.
It was all new to me because I hadn't played.
But
we will get into it.
And also, if you're a Fallout fan, so Josh Sawyer is the designer of those games, and like I think many other games that I can't think of.
But I mean, those are some really high end.
Yeah, those are really like masterpieces or classics that if you're into, like, this might be
if you got that on your resume, you're badass.
Yeah, exactly. So this might like be something that you might be interested in. I'll just go ahead and put it in chat. It's also up on, I put it up on Discord as well. It's also up on my Twitter. I shared it on Twitter because SJ Gold had shared it with us. Mm-hmm. Like SJ Gold's like, hey, I know y'all are into this. Yeah. I was like, yes, we are. This is like perfect for us. I haven't listened to all of it. I think I got to like the 30-minute mark. Mm-hmm. So, but there's like 2 hours worth of a listen here, and this is only part 1 from what I understand. So I'm really excited to like listen to it. And they also talk about, like it says in here, the games discussed. Some of the games are like the Ultima series, Bard's Tale series, Planescape Torment, which we're going to play on stream eventually.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate series they talk about. So yeah. Oh, and also Tyranny gets brought up as well.
Ooh.
So those are some like games that I know that we're like super
we
into.
got to get to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I feel like that's if you need a podcast to listen to, that's definitely like a podcast to listen to. And so I'll be like listening to that one here soon.
All right. I'm hyped.
I'm hyped too. With that, is there anything else you want to bring up, Nord?
Gaming. I like it. Let's do it.
Okay. So today we're going to be playing some Tribes of Midgard. So I'm going to be jumping into the game. What we'll do for right now is we'll bring up Nord's game for the moment as I'm getting into the game.
Hey, Thorn.